Hello, everyone. This is Maria Simeoni from Voice to Resilience, and I'm super, super excited to have Kathryn Horne here today. She's absolutely a resilient woman, and she's going to share a little bit about her story because I just find her incredibly inspiring, and I'm sure you will too. So, Kathryn,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, Kathryn Horne. It's still weird to say that. I just got married, so I'm used to saying Kathryn Norris.
Yeah.
But I'm 27, and I'm a personal fitness and nutrition coach. A bit of a background on how I got there is, long story short, I have cystic fibrosis, which is a lung disease. It's getting more well known now, but basically affects all your internal organs that need mucus to function. So digestive system, sinuses, respiratory system, etc. So I was diagnosed at 3 months old, and me and my mom and dad moved to Spain for socialized medicine. So I actually grew up in Spain, south of Barcelona.
That's awesome.
So I speak 3 languages.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Spanish, English,
and Catalan. So it's spoken in the region of northern Spain, Catalonia. So yeah, so all my classes were taught in Catalan, and then we had Spanish and English as secondary languages. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So then in 2012, we moved here to Maryville, Tennessee. We had family here, so it made the move a bit easier.
Right.
Went to college, majored in graphic design.
Wow.
Yeah, very different. But the reason that I entered the fitness industry, I got a double lung and liver transplant in 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, so my health was just progressing to the worst, so it got to the point where I needed those transplants. And just having to, the entire process is insane, but having to rely on other people to help you and train you and going through physical exercise when only 13% of your lungs work. Just relying on those people, it inspired me to do that for other people.
Sure.
So not to that extreme extent, but like with average normal people in the daily life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I work at National Fitness.
That's fantastic.
And just,
That's fantastic.
Yeah, love it.
So you are a go-getter.
Yes.
You strike me as being very motivated, very disciplined and focused,
I am, yeah.
which, you have to be just in general, but also, because of your life situation. And with that said, how have you used your voice, whether it's your internal voice or external, to keep yourself motivated, grounded, inspired, all those things?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a hard question when you first told me, but I'm very hard on myself. And when you are, I don't know anything else basically. So whenever you live with a genetic disease like that, and the only thing you know is fighting and like working for what you need and just live, I think that's just kind of hardwired in my brains. But I have a great family that also helps me. So just I'm learning to be a bit more I'm always positive, but with myself, I'm just very hard on myself. But I think contrasting that, I'm just a very positive person outside. Like I show off as a very positive person, and I am, but I'm just very hard on myself too. But I think that's just been hardwired when all I know. And yeah, for 22 years, basically from before my transplant, was like doing stuff because you don't have a choice. You just,
and those are super formative years.
Yeah, I think it just formed me to the person I am, which I'm
literally shaping your brain to be a fighter.
Yeah. So using my voice, basically, just I don't know, just. That's how I've always been. So I really don't have an answer. I'm learning to be a lot more tender with myself and learn that I do need to rest and everything. So I don't know. It's just like calming me, but
well, and that's a great word, a great descriptive word to say. Being tender, gentle with yourself, and that comes across too in how your self-talk, right?
Yes, and I had to learn that the hard way, definitely. In college, I think I took on a bit too many things, and I definitely believe that progressed my disease and made me go through the things I had to go through.
Yeah.
But those college years definitely like taught me more about myself. Just like I have to be more respectful to myself, my body, my mind,
right.
and just learn to accept that I don't have to go. I have to like take a step back and just accept some things, and it is what it is.
And it's okay.
Yeah. I definitely, that was a hard pill to swallow for sure. That it's okay not to do everything.
But it's understandable. These are the things that helped you survive.
For sure,
respect and honor those parts of ourselves too.
And I've always been a person that loves helping others, and learning to say no to certain things and situations to help myself was a hard one, but you'll learn that the hard way. But yeah.
And you were mentioning too, as far as how you use your voice in a more gentle or different way. Now I know that you do sing.
Yes.
And you have a beautiful voice, and it's something private for you.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
But it brings you joy, and humming around the house and singing around the house. So would you say that maybe those things have helped bring that tenderness into your life a little bit more, a little more softness?
Yeah, I think so. Just learning, and by the progression, like looking back through all the things I went through during the transplant, I found myself listening to music all the time, and I don't know the words to any songs really. It's just like you said, a humming experience that calms me and soothes me, and also a lot of handsy stuff. So like arts and crafts, or like for example, I took a medical leave from college to go through an entire transplant process, and then on week 2 I was like, well, I'm bored. I need to do something to entertain my brain, to like, because if I don't find something to do, my brain will go crazy. I'll just like, it's just
understandable.
It's just like spinning wheels constantly. So that's when I decided to be a personal trainer. Like I always have to be doing something. But I guess that's just my coping mechanism, just music, artsy stuff, just having something my brain can focus on.
Well, and being Spanish and having a Spanish background, and I have an Italian background, you can tell, right?
We use our hands a lot.
We have to use our hands, and there's been actually some really interesting research about that, about using the voice, communicating, having to use the hands, that it is very soothing to the brain, and it's very grounding, and so the voice and the hands, it goes.
I always find myself like holding my hands, and then eventually it's like so hard to like keep them together. But my mom is a lot worse with that. She's like throwing her hands around everywhere. But that makes sense.
So would you say that, so the using of your hands, like doing crafts or clay or things that feel very...
I've done this in the past, if I don't, all that helps, like just texture things help, sounds help.
Are there particular sounds that you find that are helpful to you? You mentioned humming.
I mean music. I've tried the whole white noise, and during those moments of like anxiety or depression or everything, they don't help at that time, but I do find myself like, if for example, if I go to sleep, I cannot go to sleep in a completely quiet room. There has to be some like fan motion or some white noise, I guess, for that, for me to fully relax. But at times where I'm experiencing like high stress, high anxiety, they don't work. So it's weird how that works in the different moments.
Right. The nervous system is just over a certain threshold.
I need something bigger than just
direct. Do you use your voiceover in those times, or does it
to like talk to myself?
Yeah, it could be self-talk, or
I've been using a lot of
sighing, or some nonverbal kinds of sounds.
I have found myself taking deep breaths a lot more. Just like even like pausing everything I do and just take a deep breath in and just slowly exhale. The longer you exhale, the more your body can relax. I do sigh a lot. But it's not like a lot of people take it as a disrespectful thing. It's just me trying to relax my body.
This is a natural mechanism of the voice to soothe the nervous system and to get you out of that fight or flight response, you know? So it's actually super vital, and you'll just have to explain it to people if they get bothered by it.
I've tried the whole positive reinforcement for myself. Like I give it a lot to my clients and my friends, but for myself that just doesn't work. Like just tell myself like I'm good enough, or like I got this. It doesn't, like, I think internally I know I do because I've gone through bigger things in my life, but I think the breathing is the most.
It's really key.
Yeah, and I think because like in the past I wasn't able to take the deep breaths. Like I've never experienced like such.
The fact that
you
so
it's
maybe
an interesting.
Your heart feels a little hesitant because it was something that was a real trauma early on in your life. And now you have access to it. And what an amazing thing. And that's the beauty of humming and sighing and singing, because it really, you have no choice but to extend that exhale. And it gives your brain something specific to focus on too. And once you're focused on that, you don't have the bandwidth to also focus on a worry or anxiety. Your mind's only going in that direction.
I learned that I just got certified on a flexibility specialist course, and they said the exact same thing. Like have your clients inhale and make that exhalation like really prolonged and distant, so you are able to relax fully and just focus on that exhale, so your muscles can relax, and then we can stretch them. But it makes sense.
Everything feels fueled by the breath.
It's crazy. It's an
amazing
small detail, but
vital. Well, thank you so much, Kathryn. It's been such a pleasure to sit with you and learn more about you, and I've heard so much about you, so not to be with you is quite wonderful. And so for those of you out there who are in the Knoxville, Maryville area and you'd like to learn more about Kathryn and maybe even avail some of her amazing skills in training and in fitness, how can they reach you?
So I do mainly have Instagram. It's at K Norris, like Chuck Norris, at 301.
Okay, and I'll put her information also in the details, but if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much. Bye for now.